Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the weekly market outlook. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure to hit on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So the weekend is here, and just as we normally do on weekends, I bring you the weekly market outlook. We look at the economic news calendar, then we delve into the charts and see what is up for us as far as the following week is concerned. Last week was a quiet week for me. All right, yes, because we made, it was more or less like a break-even week for us. All right, yes, because we made losses, we made profits. So it just split it out, and then I think we ended up break even also. But it wasn't really a normal week for us. All right, it was just one of those growing weeks, but it's all good so far as we weren't really in a loss, or we didn't end up losing within the week or having a week of loss. It's good. All right, yes, the most important thing is we survived it. We survived that week. So that is just that. All right, so we look forward seeing how the market will go so far as the new week is concerned. So next week is going to be a combination of July and then the beginning of the new month. That is going to be very interesting. All right, yes, so definitely we have NFP coming next week. All right, the month of July is going to end next week Monday, so we begin a new month on Tuesday, that is August 1st. So see what happened. All right, but before we delve into the charts, let's look into the economic calendar to see the news that is popping up so far as next week is concerned. So on Monday we have the JPY consumer confidence, and then on the same Monday we have retail sales for Germany, then you have GDP growth rate for Italy, then we have the CPI for Eurozone. Then we also have GDP growth rate for Eurozone. Then we have inflation rate for the Eurozone. And we have retail sales for Greece. Then inflation rate for Italy, CPI for Italy. Then we have the Jodo Bank manufacturing PMI so far as Australia is concerned. On Tuesday, there is a Swiss National Day, which is a bank holiday for the Switzerland. So CHFs, we are going to see some level of quietness in there. All right, yes, so take note of that. And we also have the interest rate decision for Australia. Currently interest rate for Australia sits at 4.1%, so they are looking at increasing interest rates by 25 basis points. We'll see what will happen with that. We also have unemployment rate for Austria so far as euro is concerned. We have manufacturing PMI for Spain, we have manufacturing PMI for Italy, manufacturing PMI for France. We also have unemployment rate for Germany, manufacturing PMI for Germany. We have manufacturing PMI for the Eurozone. Then we have S&P Global manufacturing PMI for Greece. We have unemployment rate for Italy. We have the global CIPS manufacturing PMI for the pound. We also have the unemployment rate for the Eurozone, unemployment rate for Greece. We have S&P Global manufacturing PMI for Canada. We also have USD S&P manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI, and then the job openings so far as USD is concerned. Then you also have employment change for the second quarter so far as NZD is concerned, and then we have unemployment rate for the second quarter also for NZD. Then on Wednesday we have unemployment change for Spain. We have consumer confidence for Swiss at the CHF. We also have the Procure CH manufacturing PMI for Swiss. Then we have ADP employment change for USD. Then we have the Jodo Bank service PMI for Australia. Then on Thursday we have retail sales month over month for the month of June for Australia, balance of trade for the month of June for Australia. Then we have balance of trade for Germany, which is in the euro. Then we have CPI for the month of July so far as CHF is concerned. We also have HCOB service PMI for Spain. We also have HCOB service PMI for Italy, HCOB service PMI for France, HCOB service PMI for Germany. Then we have HCOB service PMI for the Eurozone. Then we have retail sales month over month so far as Italy is concerned, retail sales year over year for the month of June for Italy. Then we have S&P Global Services PMI for the pound. Then you have interest rate decision so far as GBP is concerned. So currently interest rate for England or GBP sits at 5%, and so they are looking forward to raise interest rate by 25 basis points. So we take note of that. We also have GBP monetary policy reports. Then you have USD initial jobless claims 4-week average, continuing jobless claims, S&P Global Service PMI so far as USD is concerned. Then on Friday we have retail sales month over month for the Eurozone, retail sales year over year for the Eurozone. Then you have the Canadian unemployment rates, Canada employment change, and USD unemployment rates. Then the non-farm payroll. All right, yeah, so Friday is NFP, so take note of that. We also have unemployment rate, then a non-farm payroll. Then we have the card IV PMI for July. So these are the high impact news that you expect to see on the market so far as next week is concerned. Next week is fully packed with high impact news. All right, yeah, so we are going to see another round of volatility. We already saw some level of volatility last week, starting on Thursday. All right, yeah, so next week is also going to be another round of heavy volatility in the market. So be very, very careful on the market so far as next week is concerned. So that is just that for the economic news calendar. Let's look at what is happening on the chart. We start with the dollar index. Yeah, so for the dollar index, just as I made you aware in my previous daily Forex update, I was surprised to see this movement happen. And I mean, hey, it is the market. We don't have control over it. All right, we just act according to what we are seeing. All right, and then we follow suit. So as it stands now, I am very skeptical about the dollar index moving to the downside. All right, why am I saying this? Let's switch to the weekly time frame and see what is happening in the weekly time frame. So for the weekly time frame, just as you can see, accumulation, manipulation. The next thing is what? Distribution. So this time distribution to what? To the upside, to take out what? These buy side liquidity. So as it stands now, I'm expecting to see the dollar index continue to push to the upside to take out all these buy side liquidity. So from a weekly standpoint, the bullishness is very clear on the dollar index. All right, yes, the bullishness on the dollar index is very, very clear. Let's go back to the daily and see what is happening in there. For the daily, this one looks like a formation of a swing high about forming, but I don't want to see that push price to the downside. All right, we might see price doing this going into next week. All right, then we see a push to the upside. But let's switch further to the 1 hour time frame for us to see something. Yeah, so we've had this impulse move to the upside, and whenever you have an impulse move to the upside, I always take my gun box and then I measure the impulse move we are having. All right, I just measure the impulse move we are having. So upon measuring the impulse move we are having, this line right here represents the 50% or the equilibrium line of the impulse move. So that below the equilibrium line we have discount, above it we have what? We have premium. All right, yeah, so as it stands now, I would want to see price move at least below the 50% line, which is the discounts, before we see a move to the upside. And look at something here, we are having this here. All right, so clearly this is a breaker block. All right, and the breaker block is really at the 50% area. So I want to see price move a little bit below it into the breaker block, then we see a continuation to the upside. So going into next week, that is what I'll be looking out for so far as USD is concerned. All right, yeah, so that is going to be my expectation. Let's look at what is happening on EURJPY. Yeah, so for EURJPY, as I told you the last time, or my last outlook, I made you aware that I'm expecting price to push to the downside, and it did perfectly that. All right, look at how price moved to the downside into the zone. So as it stands now, I'm still expecting price to push up. All right, once we are now in this zone, I'm expecting to see price push up, then we see what will happen. All right, yes, so as it stands now, what I'm expecting to see price is to see price push to the upside to take out this buy side liquidity. All right, yes, so that is going to be my expectation. I'll be looking for bullish prices on EURJPY. So if I'm bullish on EURJPY, you should know what that means. You should clearly know what that means, because I've been saying this all the time. And the reason why I analyze EURJPY, I don't trade EURJPY. I use it as a benchmark for EU and then GU. All right, I check the strength, which one between the euro and GBP, which one is weak, which one is stronger. All right, so by establishing the weaker one and the stronger one, it makes me take a decision between euro USD and GBP USD, the pair to pick. All right, the pair to pick. That is basically why I look at EURJPY. I don't trade this, so take note of it. So that is just that. So far as EURJPY is concerned, let's look at what is happening on EURUSD. Yeah, so for EURUSD, we've had price pushing to the downside, just as I made you aware last week that I want to see EURUSD push to the downside. So as it stands now, I'm still expecting a downside movement so far as EURUSD is concerned. So I want to see price push to the downside to take out this buy side liquidity, and on a long-term basis take out a sell side liquidity, yeah. And then on a long-term basis take out this sell side liquidity too as well. So as it stands now, I'm bearish on EURUSD. So that is just that. Let's look at what is happening on GBP USD. Yeah, so for GBP USD, at this point, I'm still looking for bearish prices. All right, I'm bullish on the dollar index, so definitely I'll look out for a bearish GBP USD. So I want to see price push to the downside to even violate this level right here. Then we see a push to the downside, taking out this sell side liquidities on a long-term basis, then into a little bit of a volume imbalance right here. All right, yeah, so going into next week, that is going to be my expectation so far as GBP USD is concerned. All right, yes, and all these I'm giving out to you. I'll bring you updates in my daily Forex update. We are going to get an update. All right, if price is doing what we are expecting it to do or not, that is going to be known to you in my daily Forex update. So make sure you catch up with that one. Don't miss it. If you haven't subscribed, do well to hit on the subscribe button, so that whenever I post that video, I do it on a daily basis. So far as the trading weeks is concerned, I bring it to you every day. So every day you know where we are, and where we are moving to. So if you don't watch it, or if you just watch the weekly Forex outlook and decide not to watch the daily Forex updates, I mean, you're missing out big time, because there could be an instance where in the weekly market outlook I made you aware that okay, I'm expecting price to move to, let's say, to the upside, but after Monday's price action, Tuesday's price action, the bias changes, and so I come and I update you that looking at how things are going, I'm not expecting price to move to the upside again. That is going to come in the daily Forex update. So if you don't want the daily Forex update, how are you going to be aware of this? So make sure you watch it. All right, make sure you watch it. So that is just that for GBP USD. Let's look at what is happening on AUD USD. Yeah, so for AUD USD, as it stands now, we are seeing a bearish movement. Yes, but I'm not so convinced of the current price action going on. All right, it doesn't really look clear to me at this point. All right, even though I'm bullish on the dollar index, but I want to see a clear price action, because as it stands now, this whole price action we are seeing right here is not really something good. It's not looking good for me. All right, yes, but we can just delve deep and see what is actually happening. All right, so as it stands now, even on the weekly, price is not so much clear, so I'll wait for clarity next week. I will definitely wait for clarity next week to see what is happening. All right, so definitely I'll bring you the update for EURUSD within the week, so far as my daily forex update is concerned. I promise to bring you that. All right, so take note of it and make sure you don't miss out on that. Yeah, so let's switch to USD card. So for USD card, if you've been following me, USD card, it's been a pair I've been hammering on day in, day out. All right, I started even before these price action were there. All right, I made you aware that I'm expecting to see price push the upside when price printed 17 July candle. All right, I made you aware that I'm expecting price to push the upside. And so look at the swing low formation that was formed right here. Let me take this off. Look at the swing low formation. Right, you see that right after the swing low formation, price never came back to this one again. That's exactly what I was expecting to see. So as it stands now, I'm still expecting USD card to push to the upside. So going into next week, we are likely to see price push a little bit down, then we see a push to the upside, taking out this buy side liquidity we are seeing here. So I'm still bullish, very bullish on USD card. All right, I'm bullish on USD card. So let's see what happens so far as next week is concerned. Let's see what is happening on the JPY families. All right, yes, we are starting with EURJPY. So for EURJPY, we took out this major low right here, and right after taking out this major low, I was expecting price to continue to push the downside. But look at what happened. We took out the sell side liquidity, and right after that, we saw price pushing back into this area again. Two things can happen going into next week. Two things can happen, and it will all depend on Monday's price action. On Monday, we can have price give us another bearish candle right here. All right, we can have price give us another bearish candle right here. Once that happens, just know that, let me change the color so that you see things clearly. Yes, once this happens, just know that I'm coming. I want to make it very black so that you see it. Yes, so once this happens, all right, or once price gives us this bearish candle right here on Monday, then just know that we see price continue to push to the downside. All right, we see price continue to push to the downside. But in situation where on Monday we see a bullish candle printed here like this, all right, let me change the color. Let me change the color. Yes, situations where we see a bullish candle printed right here like this on Monday, then just know that going into the next subsequent days, you see price filling up a little bit of this impulse move, then we see a push to the upside. All right, yeah, so I've given you two scenarios, a bearish scenario and a bullish scenario. So it's all going to depend on how Monday's price action is going to react. It will all depend on how Monday's price action will react. So kindly take note of that. All right, yeah, so that is just that so far as EURJPY is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on GBP/JPY. So for GBP/JPY, to the same plan I gave you on EURJPY is going to be the same thing I would expect on GBP/JPY. All right, that two scenarios, the bearish scenario and then the bullish scenario. It's all going to depend on how the market is going to react so far as Monday is concerned. And definitely I'll bring you an update. On Monday. All right, yeah, so take note of that. So that is just that for GBP/JPY. Let's look at what is happening on AUD/JPY. So for AUD/JPY, unlike GBP/JPY and EURJPY, we haven't seen something. We are seeing something different here. All right, yes. And so going into next week. I'll look out for Monday's price action. If Monday's price action fails to close above this zone that I've shaded here, then you see price continue to push the downside, taking out this relative equal lows we are seeing here, then into the swing low. But if we see price close above the zone we are seeing here, then definitely you see price push to the upside. So I've also given you two scenarios on EURJPY. All right, I've given you two scenarios on EURJPY, so kindly take note of that. All right, so that is just that so far as the weekly market outlook is concerned. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do well to click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. If you're not part of my Telegram community, check the description box below. The link is there. Click on it and be part of the Clairvoyant Traders Telegram community. I have opened the swing trading room and we are smashing it. Yes, we are smashing it. We are really smashing it in the swing trading room. So if you want to be part of it, look at the description box. My Telegram ID is there. Get in touch and then join us in the room. Let's smash it together. All right, yeah, so that is just that for the weekly market outlook. I'll come your way again another time with a daily forex update and all that, so make sure you don't miss out. I wish you all good luck and good trade. Peace.